Any copyrighted material in this video is used under the law of fair use for commentary and criticism. The purpose of the OC Court of Justice is to learn about character development and is in no way meant to promote harassing the creator. No matter how angry I may get at them, please do not harass any of the artists mentioned in the following video. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I am Zen and this is JoJo and welcome to another episode of the OC Court of Justice. On trial today, we have Elska Ruth, a creepypasta original character by Lived. Elska Ruth is Icelandic, and while I couldn't find any proof that Elska Ruth is an authentic Icelandic name, in good faith of the creator, I'm going to trust that they really did pick out an Icelandic name. By the way, if I seem a bit nitpicky, it's because I actually think that this character is really good. And no character is perfect, and I feel like I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't look deeper into this character and point out what little flaws I could find. Heck, those little flaws could be the difference from being a really good creepypasta to one of the most famous ever. But some people don't care about that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let's go over Elska's biography. Elska Ruth was born in... Aw, shit. There's going to be a ton of stuff I won't be able to pronounce correctly. Bear with me, guys. He was born in Mosfellsbær. Fuck me. He was born in some place in Iceland. His parents were very emotionally abusive. They were very neglectful and wanted to keep Elska away from the terror that was the outside. Unless it was something like school. Having been so closed off from the world, Elska really never developed a personality. Elska learned to put on a facade by mimicking the gestures and faces of people around him. He would draw the way they looked and acted, and then would practice doing the same thing in a mirror. Elska always wanted the approval of his father, but could never actually get it. His way of mimicking people to become popular made his father very angry. Up until his very last breath, Elska's father had nothing good to say about him. After learning how to put on a very convincing facade, Elska finally had what he wanted the most, and that was attention from everybody else. He was finally considered charismatic and attractive. Eventually, his stud personality attracted this girl named Hania Kloser, who was very smart and kind to him. She loved him, or at least the person she thought he was. They dated for a few months, and then she had to move away. Something quite similar to this happened when Elska was a child. He was furious. When he got back home, he just started breaking all of his stuff. He broke a mirror, and in that mirror, he saw his face, and he realized he finally found his personality. Unfortunately, his personality is insane, but it's better than nothing, right? Now he could focus his full attention on Hania. He would often imagine ways he could kill her. He was getting himself ready for the big night that he would finally actually do it. One of his ways of tormenting her before he actually goes and kills her was throwing carcasses of animals at her house. Ugh. And I just have to wonder, Iceland police, where is the Iceland police? I actually probably should have looked that up when I had the chance. Perhaps the people in Iceland just don't care. One day, Elska breaks into Hania's house and starts beating the shit out of her. He feeds her glass dust and cuts her up, and then insists that she tells him that she loves him. He does some pretty brutal, horrible stuff. Then he finally strangles her to death with a piano wire. He packs up, he moves to America, and now you need to watch out for him, ladies, or gentlemen, actually. That actually brings up a question. In the smaller bio describing his character, it says that he's looking for the girl that could be his Hania, but it also says in his bio that he is bisexual. But if he's not going out and trying to date other men, would he still be bisexual? I mean, technically he could be. That's just something to think about. Of course, he could be internalizing his desire for men while he goes out and tries to find a girl specifically to replace Hania. But it just seems a bit pointless to state that he's bisexual when he's not going to act upon it. Unless he, mutilates his, his male victims to look more like women. God, that sounds terrible. But hey, you could add that. For Elska's biography, I have one conviction to make. And that is being in the wrong fandom. Now, this character has been thoroughly fleshed out, and the amount of detail put into his background is pretty great. It all makes a lot of sense, and you can tell that the author put a lot of care into it. While a story involving Elska could make a really great scary story, I don't think he quite fits into what a creepypasta is. Let's take a look at Elska's visual design. He has dirty blonde hair and gray eyes, and he's very tall. He's 6'2". And I get a kick out of the part where it's like status, single. Yeah, come and get him. But actually, he now is paired up with a specific character who also is an original character, from what I saw. But anyway, his eyes are very darkened out. You can tell that he's been awake all night thinking about something. And I do love his very, very creepy smile. He seems exactly like the kind of person you would imagine has a few skeletons in his closet. And just the way he dresses and the look on his face really does explain his character, that he's this sort of psychotic, hopeless romantic. Visually, I think Elska makes an excellent creepypasta. I have no convictions for his visual design. Now let's go on to Elska's traits. Elska can run very fast and he's very powerful. That is something everybody fears in a stalker. He likes sweets, and he likes reading science fiction. He also likes to study psychology so he can continue his facade. He likes to play the piano and sing, and he likes to drug his victims with Rohypnol. He likes to use a keyhole saw to inflict pain upon his victims. He doesn't like children or animals or sour things. What is it with people not liking sour things? What did sour things ever do to you? He doesn't like losing. And I'm guessing that means in a general sense he doesn't like losing games, he doesn't like losing his victim or something. He doesn't like victims that pity him, which would make sense because he hates himself. Why would he want anyone to pity him? He doesn't like being confronted about his odd personality. And I could see that the minute someone questions him, not only is it reminiscent of how his father hated how he faked being who he was, but he doesn't want people to know that there's really nothing under there. And he doesn't like being alone, which also makes sense considering his whole psychotic trip. There are no convictions for his traits. Okay, here we go. Elska Ruth, believed, you have been charged with being in the wrong fandom. Elska, you have been found not guilty. This was actually a very hard decision to make, and I had to think, does this character really fit in creepypasta? Or do they just fit in perhaps, the normal horror genre? I think what Elska's character is missing is that sense of mystery that is such a key component to so many creepypasta stories out there. I randomly typed in most famous creepypastas out there on Google, and I found a list of the top 10 or whatever. What came up were 1999, Candle Cove, The Rake, Where Bad Kids Go, The Keyhole, The Angel Statue, The Grifter, SCP Foundation, Jeff the Killer, and Normal Porn for Normal People. In most, if not all of these stories, the victims aren't really anyone specifically, and often find themselves in situations that most of us will find ourselves in. And all of these stories, unless I didn't read them thoroughly, have a strong sense of the paranormal and the unexplained. There's nothing really unexplained or mysterious about Elska unless you make it so in his creepypasta, and that is what I'm holding out for. If you decide to make his creepypasta, you should really find a way to incorporate mystery into it, because nothing scares people more than what they don't know or they don't understand. And that's what creepypasta is all about. That's what makes it different than your average horror story. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for over 300 subscribers. Please leave your comments below. If you want to request a character, you can also leave a comment below, but I prefer it if you left a request in my ask box on the OCCOJ Tumblr page. I hope you guys have a good day, and me and JoJo will be seeing you again soon. Bye!